Hello to all. Today we will discuss about elite, the definition of elites and the various theoretical aspects of elites and its classifications. So in this section uh, we will define what is elite. The classical thinkers of elitism, Mosca and Michels, present their argument in a structural perspective. According to them, the numerical parochiality of ruling class works in their favor as they are easy to organize for coordinations of actions and interest in comparison to the numerous majority, which is very difficult to organize, leading to their um, incompetence. But the theory of elites draw the most significantly forms of scholarship of their predecessor Vilfredo Pareto. His book The Mind and Society in 1935 contributes to the debate by describing the distinctions that exist within the elites. In this, he says that the societies universally are not just divided into elites and also the masses owing to their innate qualities, but the class of elites itself is further divided into two groups, that is, governing and non governing elites. He based this tripartite distinctions between the governing elites, non governing elites, and the non elites on the premise of individuals in any given society are unequal in their qualities, and yet new members may navigate from the masses to join in the elite stratum based on their achievements and merits. Taking Wilfredo Pareto's argument forward, C. Wright Mills in his book The Power Elites 1956 set the terms for the debate in the American power structures. He argues that the American society into three levels: the power elite, which is consisting of military, corporate, and political leaders, and the middle stratum, which is consisting of local and regional elites, members of Congress and other organized groups, and the unorganized masses, mainly the unorganized masses. Individuals in the elite stratum have common social origin and maintain their connections in order to achieve the qualitative shift from the non-elites or the masses. For Mills, the elites acts like a cohesive unit in which they accept and understand each other and even think alike. So, for Mills, the power lies within the institutions and not with the individuals. Thus, uh, initially, the elites and the masses were understood as the two distinct ends of the social stratum. Gradually, were seen more as a malleable categories with not so strict boundaries. While masses remain the rule and the unorganized majority, individual merit is placed at the heart of the scope of their mobility into the elite strata. Now we will discuss on the typologies of elite. Furthermore, we will discuss on the nature of elites. Mm, According to the Social Sciences Encyclopedia, was traditionally understood as a group of a handful of people who are set apart from rest of the society by virtue of processing some special talents, meeting a crucial needs, or fulfilling some historic mission. However, the Newer approach looks at them at the influential figure in the governance of any section of the society, be a institutional structure or a translocal community or a geographic locality. And idiomatically, elites are simply the same as leader, influencer, or the decision makers. Now, owing to the advent of modernity, there emerge elites not only in the different segments of society, but also with the differentiated degrees of power. There can thus be a elite in almost any and every sphere of, in the society. Uh, um, mm, uh, Such as bureaucratic elites, legislative elites, oligarchic elites, media elites, educational elites, financial elites, ascriptive elites, or credential elites. Now, in this section, let us explore three different types of elites, which are basically the broader categories and which is belong three mentioned elites of these different types in some further details. First of all, we discuss on ruling elites. This category was first introduced by Pareto. According to him, while some individuals are superior in their abilities, the other remains inferior to them in in their attributes. Thus, they are the non-elites. The superior ones are elite to him. He further bifurcates these elites into two classes based on their functions in the society, which is governing or the ruling elite and the non-governing elite. As the name suggests, the governing elite play a significant role directly or indirectly in the functioning of governing or political processes. Now, the ruling elites are the further two types, that is, foxes and lions. Foxes are those who rule by the virtue of cunningness, manipulation, and deceit. On the other hand, lions are those who rule through homogeneously and smaller bureaucracies and establish norms and and centralized processes. Thus, lions are comparatively conservative than the foxes. Um, Historically, according to Pareto, it is a pendulum shift of power between lions and foxes. To explain this, he proposed the idea of circulation of elites. In this, he suggested two ways in which ruling elites in a given society remain dynamic and not a constant, in which the decay of one paves way for the rise of the other. Firstly, according to him, there is a circulation of individuals between the elite and the non elite strata of the society. The ruling elites are replaced when those from the non elite classes start infiltrating their stratum. Secondly, the circulation of elites may ensure that replacement of one set of elites by the other when the latter may rise its possession of attributes that are central to the ruling elites, while the formal start showing the sign of degeneration of such attributes. Thus, uh, aristocrats with the ruling at the top to do not last. Economic elite. James Barham adopts economic approach of defined um, elitism, in which power is seen as a means to identify who is elite and who is not. In this dynamics, the elites draw their power in accordance to their degree of control over the means of production and distribution. This power gives them the influential position in the society in comparison to those on the other end of the social stratum with no such access to the means of production or distribution. According to this understanding, the easiest way to discovering that who is the dominant elites or the ruling group of society is to explore that which group gets maximum income. Even to the process of political power in the given society, one must process the economic power first, and the political power too flows from the having economic control. To substantiate this case, he offers an example of capitalism. In this, he argues that the capitalism would gradually be replaced by the economic and political system run by the managerial elites because the capitalists have passed the control of their business to those in the capacity of the professional managers. This would occur as a result of managerial revolution in which owing the state support manager and the bureaucrat would become interchangeable. Last typology is the power elite. Taking forward the purely economic basis of the elite power, as explained by the Bonham, C. Wright Mills, added that it is not just the economic power but also its social counterpart, which come together um, in order to form of the basis of elite in a given society. So for him, power elites are those who occupy the top most position in the institution. The same power elites also make it is to the leading position of power, even in political sphere or the government. Here, institutions, according to Mills, are strategic hierarchies in which power and the rule are important to process elitism as compared to the processing sources of legitimacy. Concluding this whole discussion, first of all, the power that flows from the institution determine the status, position, influence, and authority of the elites in a contemporary society, with the power that an institutions bestow upon the elites, they get in the position to determine the rule of the others. The role of the others, not rules. It is the role. Mainly the middle stratum and the masses. Thus, Mill suggested that it was the innate traits that makes an elite out of the individual, or it is rather the institution he is related to. Referring to the American society, he said that the uh, mm, mainly the corporations, the military, and the government are three such elite institutions. The decisions makers that these elite institutions act in the coherence with each other in order to maintain the strengthen and the elitism of each other. For understanding another sociologist, Williams Domhart's work on elite, it also helps to understand the basic, the meaning and the way of discussion the elites and different types of elites um, uh, in political aspects. Thank you all.